You're all set, Mr. Chairman.
Jay, you're muted.
Good. Got to be good tonight. Okay. Lay down. Lay down. Lay down.
Can you unmute him, Jay? I mean, Jim?
I can't unmute him because it's a laptop. He's got to do it himself. I keep prompting him for it, though. I'm more concerned that he went and bent down and hasn't come back up.
That's true.
Hey, that's actual concern.
Yeah, that is. I noticed the same thing.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were kidding around.
No.
No, he did. He went down and he hasn't.
It says we have 16 people. How do you view all 16 people? Is there a way?
Slide your thing over. So your agenda, go into view, side-by-side gallery.
On a Mac, though.
Oh, sorry. Can't help you on that.
Yeah, there's a thing that says participants. I don't know. I'm gonna have to click on it.
Well,
Yeah,
that just tells you who's on.
Oh, okay.
Can you hear me?
Yes, Jay. Good.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're worried about you.
We're live. So you're set to go. It's 7:06.
God damn it.
I'm wondering if his audio's turned down and he can't hear us.
Yeah, maybe.
Billy,
Yeah.
if you go up in the right-hand corner, there's a little thing that says view, and if you hit side-by-side gallery,
It
I
says
think
view options.
yeah,
That'll do it.
and then on the top,
Side by side mode.
Yep.
and put side-by-side gallery, and then you'll see all our lovely mugs.
And then you can stretch your right side so you get everybody.
I don't have a side by side. It just says
I
side
have
by.
no
I only see
He's on-
you four.
Eileen, he's on a Mac.
So am I.
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
on the
okay.
computer.
There you go. I just texted him and told him.
He's live.
Yeah. Oh, how do you do that? Okay, I'm gonna go through the whole system again.
You're good, Jay.
You're good, Jay.
Yes.
You're good.
You're good, Jay.
We can hear you.
He just can't hear us.
He must have his volume off.
Yeah.
I told him to turn up his volume. But
Maybe he doesn't.
It says mute.
Can anybody call him on the phone?
He's on the
it right
phone.
now.
He's on,
Oh, he's on a phone? Oh,
Oh, now he's muted again.
Well, the phone is fine though. If he wants to just do it by phone.
I make a motion, we adjourn.
No,
So moved.
Don't we have to call the order first?
All in favor, say aye.
I thought Jay said that when he was walking away.
And he has left us again.
Oh,
You gotta love Zoom meetings. They're always flawless.
So
Yeah,
who is our vice chair, by the way, right now?
Nicole
Payne.
Payne, but she won't be here tonight.
Who's the secretary? It's right down the row.
I know.
Uh,
I feel like I'm in the federal government. Who's next?
I'm not sure. Eileen, are you the
I think
secretary?
it's Eileen.
I think you're nuts.
I think it was Eileen.
I don't think so.
No?
I don't know. I have no idea.
I'll do it. Is it legal? James.
No, we need to have one of the officers start it.
Oh, well, it's worth a try.
I mean, if you think it's me, I'll start it. I don't care, but I don't know.
Yeah, I remember the motion.
I always thought it was
It
Eileen.
was you.
Okay,
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
here we go.
Aye.
All right, I make a motion that we call, well, I'd like to call the meeting to order at 7:10. Can we say the Pledge of Allegiance, please? I guess it's on the thing. Ed, you're up.
Well,
Literally.
I pledge allegiance
allegiance to the flag,
Flag.
United States
to
of
the
America,
America,
and to the republic for which it stands, one
one
nation,
nation,
under
under
God,
God,
indivisible,
indivisible,
liberty,
with liberty,
and
Justice.
justice for all.
Thank you. James, are you gonna take the roll?
we have
Um,
Ashley's here.
Ashley's here, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don Woods,
Here.
Bill de Blasio,
Here.
Jay Batalico.
I think
Jen-
I'd put him, I would put him as here because
Okay.
he is somewhere here.
Yep. Jen Wynn Johnson,
Here.
Eileen Francolino,
Here.
Ed Marchand,
Here,
Matthew Kowalski.
Here.
Anthony Kowalski.
Here.
Nicole Payne is absent. Mike Cranian.
He is
Mike-
here.
He's here.
Mike was here.
Is that
Sorry.
mute?
I was muted. Sorry, here.
Roberta Byron is not here. Carol Annis
Here.
and Tim Mankey.
He's here.
Got
Somewhere.
him.
And
Here.
Ashley, just for the minutes purposes, the two council people are in attendance, but not part of the quorum.
Yep.
Okay.
If it's okay with you, Madam Chair, I just want to make sure everyone knows that our administrative secretary, Kelly Dickinson, is watching today's Zoom meeting. She's our full-time secretary.
Says mute
And-
now.
12 signatures. That's one more than at 7:30 this morning.
Can Jay hear us?
It has 410, which is
Wow.
about 40 more than yesterday.
Carol, you're having a conversation.
Okay.
Okay, so Kelly's here and she's going to be taking the minutes for the next 3 or 4 months as a cost-saving change for the department and in regards to the union and some of the cutbacks from COVID-19. So Ashley's been very, very nice, and I want to thank her for everything she's done. She may come back as a substitute down the road, but Kelly's here. And Kelly, if you could just say hello, maybe.
Hi, everyone.
Hi, Kelly.
So
Hello,
that,
Kelly.
okay.
All
Awesome.
right. Is Jay here yet?
He was,
just
and now he's
left.
disappeared again.
Okay. All right.
Moving on.
Everyone should have received a copy of the October minutes. Can I have a motion to approve the minutes, please?
So moved.
Second.
On.
All in favor?
aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? No. Okay. Election of officers. How are we gonna do this with this not here?
Hey, how
Okay.
about I make a motion to nominate Jay Patalico for chair.
Second it.
Okay, motion by Darren Woods, a second by Ed. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Eileen,
Yes.
Eileen, you maybe should do roll call.
Okay,
Do a roll call.
yes,
Yeah.
okay.
So Ashley, if you could call the names, please.
Don Woods,
Yes.
Bill de Blasio,
Yes.
Jay Batalico,
I'll say yes for him.
Jen Jen Wynn Johnson,
Yes.
Eileen Francolino,
Yes.
Ed Marchand,
Yes.
Matthew Kowalski,
Yes.
Anthony Kowalski,
Yes.
Nicole Payne is not here, Mike Cranian,
Yes.
Roberta Byron is also not here, Carol Annis.
No, they
Vote.
don't get a vote. They don't get a
Oh,
vote,
yep.
actually.
Okay, motion passes unanimously.
Now you need vice chair.
Yep, for the purposes of nominating a vice chair, I'd like to recognize Bill de Blasio.
I nominate Don Woods for vice chair.
Second it.
Okay, so now we need a roll call vote, please.
Don Woods,
Yes.
Bill de Blasio,
Yes.
Jay Batalico,
I'll
Jen
say
Wynn
yes
Johnson.
for him again.
Jen Wynn Johnson,
Yes.
Eileen Francolino,
Yes.
Ed Marchand,
Yes.
Matthew Kowalski,
Yes.
Anthony Kowalski,
Yes.
Mike Cranian.
Yes.
Okay, and then we need a separate.
Motion
I
passes
think,
unanimously.
yeah, if Jay's missing, Madam Chair, maybe then Don should take over as vice chair and then have an election for a secretary.
Okey dokey. Sounds fine with me. Go ahead, Don.
Okay, so can we have a motion to nominate a secretary of the board, please? Don't everybody all at once.
Eileen, you want to step up?
Sure. It's tough
I
job.
nominate I nominate Eileen.
Second.
We'll pay her the same amount of money we paid her last year.
Double.
Okay. Roll call, please.
All right. Don Woods,
Yes.
Bill de Blasio,
Yes.
Jay Batalico. We'll skip
I'll
over.
say yes.
Jay Wynn Johnson,
Yes.
Eileen Francolino,
Yes.
Ed Marchand,
Yes.
Matthew Kowalski,
Yes.
Anthony Kowalski,
Yes.
and Mike Cranian.
Yes.
Okay,
Jay just called me. He's going to be in 5 minutes.
okay. James, I don't have the agenda, so if you could put it up,
Public participation.
Public participation at this point.
okay? Any public participation?
We do have one member of the public with us. If they are interested in speaking, they can use the raise hand feature inside of the Zoom app or *9 on their telephone. We'll give them just a moment.
Dun, 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 dun. Oh, sorry.
Hey, don't get us booted from YouTube. All right, doesn't look like we're interested in speaking at this time, so we'll move on to correspondence.
None, Mr. Chairman.
All right.
Well, that's not totally true. I think the application for a sign in the center green, and we were going to ask to add that to the agenda under new business.
You need a motion now, Bill, or can that wait?
We do need a motion to add the Little League request for the center green as a motion, yes, to add it to the agenda.
Okay, so can somebody make that motion, please?
I'll do it. I'd like to make a motion we add to new business or to the agenda. Oh, there it is. The new business for consideration of the new West Hartford Youth Baseball League to have a sign on the center green.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
And that came in late. So that's the reason why we're adding it to the agenda. It came in after we got it to the town clerk's office.
Okay.
That's all of our correspondence at this time. So we'll move on to summary reports, monthly reports for October, November, and December.
Does anybody have any questions on any of those reports? or any discussion?
Yeah, Bill, it's Eileen. I just wanted to let you know that I noticed that when you drive into the parking lot at Churchill, there are several trees that seem to be coming down and leaning against the wires, like they could take them down.
Give me more specific for that. Give me a location.
If you pulled in the driveway in the entry side of the parking lot, the lower parking lot at Churchill Park,
Yeah.
almost immediately on the right-hand side where the brook is, there's trees. You can see them. It's pretty easy. And they're leaning on the wires there. And it looks like, you know, without much effort, they could take the wires and the poles down.
Okay, we'll take a peek at it. The Public Works Department went through there, that little stream,
Mhm.
and cleaned it all up recently. But I'll double check. I'll take a peek at it.
Okay, thank you.
Anybody, anything else? Okay, move on, James.
Into old business now, which I don't believe there is any. So we're into new business now. Meeting times for 2021.
Who's running the
Okay.
meeting?
Again, I don't have it in front of me, so any objections to whatever, oh, here we go. So nothing's changed. It's the third Tuesday of the month, 7 o'clock, correct?
Correct. We took out August for summertime.
Okay, yeah, we always cancel it anyway, so. Do
Yep.
you need a motion to accept that, or is that okay as is?
I'd like to entertain a motion, please.
Can someone make
I'd
that
like
motion?
to make a motion for us to accept the proposed 2021 meeting schedule.
Second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? No. Okay, next.
Free little libraries.
Okay,
Bill?
Mr. Chairman, if it's okay, there's a couple teachers at Anna Reynolds that want to put up a little library at Seymour Park. They proposed a grant to some agency, have not heard yet from the agency. It won't move forward unless they get the monies. But it's to put up a little house at Seymour. People can exchange books for free. I think it's a nice thing. I'm okay with it as long as they maintain it. They trim around it for grass and leaves. And if it gets vandalized, they're responsible for it. And if the teachers retire or move on, that they have someone to remove it if it ever comes to that point. They're in agreement with that. And I was looking for the commission to, if they were so inclined, to approve it with the stipulation that the final details would be worked out with the superintendent after they get the grant.
It sounds good to me. I know other communities have done it. I don't know if it's been sponsored by Parks and Rec, but I've seen plenty of press on little libraries throughout the country, not just in Connecticut or Newington. So can someone give us a motion on that?
I make a motion to approve the free little libraries presented by the Anna Reynolds staff to be located at Seymour Park. The Anna Reynolds staff will be responsible for agreeing on a location with the superintendent of Parks and Recreation. They will be responsible for erection, removal, vandalism, and maintenance.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, passes unanimous. Next.
Thank you. Thank you.
CIP budget.
Bill?
Yeah, the CIP budget, we're going through the budget process with the town manager and the council and the finance board. It's all a little bit new this year, and it'll be refined as it goes through the process, but it's put, a lot of the first steps are put in the town manager's hands and the finance directors. And I don't know too much more than that, but we're going to be meeting with the finance and Keith by the last week of January, or the first week of February. That's all I have to report.
Okay. Any questions, anybody? No? Next.
Bill, did you have a motion for that one?
You know, we did, and I think we had a list. Thank you, James. We had a list of the proposed elements that we had for the first year of 5 years, I believe. Was it in your package?
Yes. It
Yeah.
was, but I don't have it, so.
Yeah, me neither.
Okay.
Sure.
Kelly, do you have that by chance?
It's on the screen now.
On the screen.
Oh, okay. I can't read it, so I'm gonna be.
Okay, so you want me to just do the first 5, Bill?
Yeah, yes, please.
Okay, so the first 5 for fiscal year 2021-2022. Number 1 is Mill Pond renovations, 12 million. Parks, pools, playgrounds, and green spaces, 200,000. ADA accessible walkways, paths, and parking, 50,000. Oh, actually, I should go back up. On line 2, it's 1 million over a 5-year project. And for ADA, it's 250 over a 5-year project.
Yep.
So 50,000 each year. Churchill Park ADA accessible splash pad, 2 million. And the synthetic turf field, 250,000, 5-year project, 50,000 this year. And that's
Okay.
it. That's the first 5.
Thank you. So those are our major projects. Obviously, the Mill Pond project is a referendum item and is not really going to be entered as the town manager's CIP program. But we put that in as a major project to bring to the attention of anybody that was reading it. The handicap accessible paths in each of the neighborhood parks predominantly are in desperate need of repair, stripping, and rebuilding the sub base and paving it. We're working right now on Beacon Park as our worst park so far for paths. And then there's a path from Maple Hill Avenue to Vivian that we're responsible for. That's second. And then there's the south end of Mill Pond Park path near the basketball court and tennis courts are third on the list right now of trying to get prices. I can tell you the $50,000 that they give us, we've been lucky enough to get that, but just as an example, it's wicked costly. Like just for the materials of the Vivian path, which is short, is over $20,000, not including labor. So we're working out deals with Lavario, with DeChico Brothers, Sons, and also the Public Works Highway Department in Union. So whichever way is most feasible, fastest, and cheapest is the route we're going to try to go. But at times during the budget process, you say $50,000 for paths. Holy cow, that's a lot. It won't even. I think Beacon Park's going to be well over $100,000. So it's everything's expensive in life, right? That's just the way it is.
Bill,
Yeah.
can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Sorry for the delay. Good old computers. Go ahead. Go.
What's that?
You're
You're
good,
up.
Bill.
I didn't hear what he said. I wasn't sure.
You said to go. You're good.
Oh, okay. So then Clem Lemire, we put, X amount of dollars aside. That was in the infinite wisdom of the building committee back then, so that when we have to replace the field, which is good for, it's guaranteed or not guaranteed. Yeah, it's under warranty for 8 years. It's on its 10th. So it'll cost between $500,000 and $600,000 to replace the top surface. So I think the idea here was to have a little pot of money so that we wouldn't have to, take a big swat when it comes time. We have been maintaining it on twice a year with the company Field Turf, and that seems to have given it a new life to some degree. We take out about 9 bags of garbage like bobby pins and Band-Aids and nickels and dimes and all kinds of stuff. So it's giving, and they're replacing a top layer of sand and rubber. So that seems to be a good maintenance project that we should continue. We spend about $5,000 each time we do it, but I think it's going to save us hundreds of thousands of dollars down the road. So we continue to forecast that. And the $200,000 is it's so important because that's where everything is done as far as vandalism and maintenance of the pools, hiring contracts for crack sealers and stuff like that in each of the pools to keep it going. It also has, we just fixed an 8-foot broken pipe at Churchill, 14 feet underground at the pool. So those are the projects, the kinds of things that we use the money for in those categories. So if you don't have any questions, if you have questions, I'll answer them. If you don't, yeah, we should probably have a motion if you support the idea. So at least I can tell Keith that the commission reviewed it.
Bill, it's Eileen. Have you heard any talk of municipal project grants around? I know that, you know, in economic hard times, they tends to be some money floating around for big projects to put people to work. Has that happened yet, or do you expect it to happen?
Well, it got passed by the federal government that when I sent it out to everybody about, well, I don't know when we've been 6 months ago, 5 months ago, something like that. But
Yeah.
I've not heard anything else on a local basis, you know, from the federal government down to DEP is what I expect to happen. But to date, we have not heard anything yet.
Okay. Thank you.
Yep.
Well, we have a motion here, right?
Yes.
Would someone like to read it?
Sure, I'll read it. I'd like to make a motion to approve the capital improvement project CIP proposal presented to the town manager and the finance director.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, motion passes.
Actually, that was seconded by Jay to Batalico.
Right. Hey, Bill, seeing I was all bollocksed up with this computer tonight. Can we do the election of officers? Do we have a form?
Well, like it or not, Jay, you're the chairman again. They already voted you in.
Well, how about the vice chair?
Don Woods and the secretary, Eileen Francolino.
Okay, good. Thank you.
And they were all
You
unanimous.
guys did a good job. Sorry.
We voted for you too.
Oh, gee, thanks. So we're on the golf tournament account expenditure?
Yes. As some of you know, about 6 years ago, there was a leftover pot of money from the golf tournament fundraising that could only be used by the finance department. It stipulated that it could only be used for capital improvement, capital equipment. I'm proposing tonight to spend the balance of it of 16,800 something off the top of my head towards the purchase of a children's train. And it's 4 cars plus an engine. It can hold about 6 kids in each car. So 4 cars, 24 kids, or 2 parents and 2 kids, or 3 kids. And I had one in my former job and it made tons and tons of money. So I'm looking at this as a business opportunity for the future. I've been in contact with 1 civic group and 2 businesses, which all 3 have shown preliminary interest in giving me the additional $9,000 to make it $25,000. It's a company out of South Dakota, and it has smoke. It has an apparatus for the engine to have smoke coming out of the stack. It's got a PA system in each of the cars. It also, the caboose has a new feature that comes down, a ramp comes down, and it's available for children in wheelchairs to get on for a ride. This train can be rented to other Parks and Rec departments in towns and special events. It'll be at all our special events. It'll be at the Memorial Day Parade, all the extravaganza, Night of Lights. It'll be used at the summer camps and picnics at Churchill, et cetera, et cetera. You could probably rent this thing for $1,000 to $1,500 for 4 hours, and our college staff would operate it and run it. So actually, there'd be no taxpayers' dollars to it. It would be all donations. Looking for, and what would happen is I made a deal, the way the business and civic group deal is they give us $9,000 over 3 years is the preliminary negotiation. So 3, 3, and 3, they get their name on it for 10 years. And on the engine, it would say this building a strong community, Newington Parks and Rec on both sides. And they would probably get one time a year, they would get a chance to use it at their corporate picnics or at their civic club picnics for free. And it seems to be very appealing to people because they're going to get a ton of publicity all through the town and be associated with the Newington Parks and Recreation Department. So I can entertain some questions if you have them.
This is a great idea, Bill.
This is like the one we used to have at the extravaganza?
That you used to rent from New Britain Parks and Rec, yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yep.
What power is it, Bill?
25 horsepower tractor, just kind of like a
Really?
home,
Like a lawn?
a lawn tractor. Yeah.
Very cool. Very nice.
And
So
we
it
have
doesn't go very fast.
No, unless
Probably
it's
under 100 miles an hour.
one time we rented it to Winding Trails in the wintertime for Santa Claus, and they slid down an icy hill. It went pretty fast then.
Where are you gonna store it?
We have a Connex box at Mill Pond that will fit perfectly, and it has a little ramp so we could drive it out of the soccer fields there and right over the bridge into Mill Pond predominantly. If we need to move it, we'll have a trailer set up for it.
Nice.
Sounds nice.
Thank you.
Well, if there's no more questions, could someone please read the motion? Anyone?
Sure, I'll read the motion. I'd like to make a motion
There you
in
go,
accordance
Jen.
with the finance department policies to approve the remaining funds in the annual golf tournament account in the amount of $16,878 to purchase a children's train for the park system.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes.
Thank you.
Thank you, Elaine. Okay, I guess we're talking about 2 poles on the corner of Garfield Street and Willard Avenue.
Okay, Mr. Chairman, just so I can explain, new idea to try to add more holiday decorations. We're thinking about putting 2 telephone poles on the corner of Garfield Street and Willard Avenue. We just measured it with a wheel. It's 49 feet wide. And what we plan on doing is purchasing another sign with bigger letters that lights up that's called, that'll say Happy Holidays, just similar to what we do at Market Square, but bigger letters and bigger visibility so that there's 12,000 cars each day that goes by Willard. They would see it. And then we would purchase 8 pole decorations so that people coming into the new complex, the police station, the new Martinson Community Center and Town Hall, they would get the feeling of Christmas or the holiday, and we would go all the way down Garfield Street to Market Square and tie in the whole complex together. I suspect some people will quickly ask if they can put banners up there also for like pancake breakfasts and extravaganzas, etc., and that's fine too. Want to make a quick shout out to one of your commissioners, Ed Marchand, who has a friend at Rocky Mountain Wire. His name is Kurt. Oh boy, Kurt something. Kurt. Oh boy, I can't think of his last name. Anyway, so I'm working on a deal. Poles are about $1,300 a piece. There's a possibility we might get it for free in another month or 2. So I was looking I talked to Keith about it. He likes it, but I don't want to put words in his mouth, but I understand he likes it from what I can tell. And he said that somebody should get it permission. And I'm thinking that the corner of Garfield and Willard is Mill Pond Park property. And so that's why we're coming to you guys for its blessing.
Billy, are these steel poles?
No, there would be 35-foot wooden poles.
There'd be regular telephone poles here, pressure treated telephone poles.
Yes, yes.
Do they frown on that? Because of the creosote, they don't use creosote anymore, correct?
No, they're pressure treated. They're just like any other typical
Yeah,
telephone pole.
well, the reason I asked that, because Little Brook, they're replacing every pole on the street right now. But of course, they're, maybe 40 years old too, so I was just wondering.
These are certified state poles used by all the utility companies.
So who's gonna install
Rocky Mountain would install them.
it? Nice.
Do you have to get approval from the state or anything? Because isn't Willard Avenue a state road?
Where we're gonna place the 2 poles are on our park property and town property.
So it'd be back from the corner. I get it.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yep.
sounds good. Be pretty.
There's
I
no
think it's gonna-
further
I think it's
questions.
nice.
Jen, would you like to do the honors on this one again?
Oh, me again? Sure. I'd
Yeah.
like to make a motion to approve the installation of the 2 telephone poles on each side of Garfield Street adjacent to Willard Avenue in order to hang happy holiday signs and other community event signs.
Second,
Someone second it?
second.
Don? No, who? Was it
Ed
Don?
Martian, Ed Martian.
Martian, Ed Martian, okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes.
Thank you.
Portable miniature golf. Billy?
Okay, so another idea with the COVID-19 thing where Keith has given us a directive to try to work with the health department and get activities going outside, out in the doors. So we're looking at purchasing a 9-hole miniature golf. It's not, I think portable might be the wrong choice. It's pretty substantial. You put them together, they can be moved, but it takes 4 to 6 hours probably to move it. So our plan is to put 3 holes at Churchill Park for the picnickers to use in the summer camp kids. Put 3 holes adjacent to the skate park on the grass area there, and 3 holes at Mill Pond Park, probably near the playground. And the lifeguards, the cashiers at each pool would give out the clubs and the balls for free. At this time is our plan. And they'd leave your driver's license or something like that, and we can get the clubs back. Also, in the picnic bags that people get at the picnics, they would have clubs and balls in there to use. So it would be another recreational activity. However, if we wanted to use it for the extravaganza or for some special event, maybe the Night of Lights, and we wanted to bring 1, 2, 3, or 9 holes for that matter, we could take it apart and move it around, not with ease, but we could do it. So that's the plan right now. And because it's a fairly substantial piece of equipment in the parks, just like playgrounds or paths or pools, I was just looking for the commission's blessing on that.
How do you keep that COVID friendly?
Golf is one of the most COVID friendly things there are. So golf has, as you know, golf continued to play all through the country with COVID, and all it is basically wiping down. It's an individual club, so only one person touches a club. You don't switch it, and the balls are individual also.
So who's ever giving out the clubs would be the one that would be in charge of sanitizing the equipment?
Yes, they'd sanitize it one time. Yep, and then hand it out to them.
Gotcha.
Another
Any
great
more
idea.
questions on that? Someone like to read the motion? Appreciate it.
I'll attempt this one for you, Jen. I make a
Okay.
motion to approve the purchase and installation of 9-hole miniature golf. Depending on space, holes will be located at the picnic pavilion area at Churchill Park, adjacent to the skate park at Clem Lemire Rec Complex, and at Mill Pond Park. This portable system can be moved and used at the after-school programs and at all special events.
Thank you, Billy.
Yep.
Second?
Second.
Nikki and Earlene. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes.
Thank you.
The St. Patrick's Day party in the park.
All right, a good one.
Okay, so now we start to
Maybe.
we start thinking outside again, and again we're working with Charlie Brown, the health director, and we're obviously everything that we're planning again is based on COVID rules and regulations. However, we can't plan big, large events like this overnight, so we have to start thinking 6 months in advance. March 17th, I believe, is St. Patrick's Day, but we're going to move it to Thursday, June 10th. And it's because of COVID-19, I get that ability to do that. And it'll be at Mill Pond Park. It's going to be a ton of fun. I called Tom McBride from McBride Furniture. McBride Carpet. Sorry, I say that all the time. And he's totally on board, and he upped his sponsorship from his commitment of last year. We booked the 5-women band called Screaming Orphans from Ireland, and they'll be coming here for the month of June. It's the only night they have left open throughout New England. And if anyone goes to Apple Play, just put in Screaming Orphans, and you'll be surprised how many albums they have and how great they are. It's a deal of a lifetime. We're going to have a VIP section. We're going to have advanced ticket sales for expensive tickets that will include all kinds of Irish hors d'oeuvres and food. We also have the Guinness representative with a computer coming, take your picture of you and your spouse or your dog or your kids, and shoot your picture into the foam of the Guinness. While you're drinking it, you'll have your picture there until right to the bottom of the glass. So that's going to be exciting. And we're going to have entertainment like Irish dancers and a warm-up band also. So it'll be like a 5 to 9 o'clock type of deal at Mill Pond. And it promises to be lots of fun. And hopefully, we'll be able to do everything similar to what we did for concerts last year during COVID-19, keeping everyone separated with masks, sanitizing picnic tables and all that, and doing things the right way.
Sounds good, Bill. We have a motion. Someone like to read the motion, please?
I'll do it. I'd like to make a motion to approve St. Patrick's Day party in the park on June 10th, 2021 at Mill Pond Park, and to accept McBride's Carpets donation of $1,300 as a sponsorship. Furthermore, to approve department staff to apply for a state liquor permit to sell refreshments at the event.
I'll second that.
Aren't you Italian?
Oh, I'm Irish for that day. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Okay, Bill, let's see what you got next here. Oh, the Motorcycle Madness event.
Okay, Motorcycle Madness, as you know, last year it got canned because of COVID, but very successful the last 5 years. We talked with Trantolo, and they've committed verbally today for a big, a substantial size sponsorship, somewhere in the neighborhood of 5,000 and 6,000 in cash, 4,000 in in-kind services. Talked with Geico today; they're in for 3,000. And talked with Mike Camillo; he's in for 2,500. So we've got a pretty good jump on our sponsorships for the Motorcycle Madness, and it'll be held on. We're trying to move it. We're going to move it to a Saturday for the first time, which is we did that in honor of Don's birthday. Don Woods is for Saturday, June 12th. So we figured that he could volunteer on his birthday, him and his wife. That way she wouldn't have to do a party or anything for him. So, so anyways, so we're going to have everything set up for Thursday night, and then we'll keep the beer trailer and all the beer tents and everything else set up for Saturday, and we'll be ready to go. So should be a good time, and it promises to be successful already because we have great sponsorships behind us.
That sounds good. Mr. Vice Chair, would you like to read that motion?
Yeah, but sure, just one question. Will there be birthday cake there?
Tons of birthday cake, and we'll let you blow out the candles.
There, see?
Okay.
The fire department will be there?
Motion to approve the hosting of Motorcycle Madness on June 12th, 2021, from 12 to 8 p.m. Sponsors to be
Excuse me for 1 second. Trantola is recommending that we change the time frame to 3 to 8 o'clock, if that's okay.
Okay.
3 to 8?
3 to 8.
From 3 to 8 p.m. Sponsors to be forthcoming. Also, to approve the staff to apply for state liquor permit to sell refreshments at the event.
Second,
Billy, you second it?
I did, Ed Marshall.
I did.
Oh, Ed. You sound like Billy.
Thanks for the compliment.
I don't know if it is or not. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Okay, Mr. Life being it, you're on.
Okay, so again, trying to plan the extravaganza and looking for your approval in the park. We talked with the carnival guy, Tony Proscuras, and he's excited about it. He's been very supportive, very flexible, and very willing to try special events. And we'll be advertising again to the other parks and recreation departments and try to get off the ground our camp day. We had so many parks and rec departments come forward to come during the day. Last year, we had to expand it to the first 2 days, Wednesday and Thursday, but then it all got canceled. So we're going to try the same thing as last year and knock it out of the park this year if we can catch a break with weather.
Sounds good. Ed, you want to give it a shot?
It shows up on my screen. Okay, here it is.
Okay.
I make a motion to
We'll help you.
I make a motion to approve the Parks and Recreation staff to apply for a state liquor permit for Life Being in It extravaganza for Tuesday, July 13th, 2021 through Saturday, July 17th, 2021 to sell refreshments at this event.
I'll second it.
Like,
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Okay, there's your water lantern festival there, Billy.
Yeah, we have not had any conversations yet since COVID-19, but I suspect we're going to do that in the next week or so, and just wanted to make sure I had the authority to go out and continue the negotiations. It was a giant success the first year, and I can only imagine it being even better, bigger and better. So looking for your approval there. And I might suggest that Anthony or Matthew get a chance to make a motion and second it to get them into the minutes.
Are you here?
Or Mike Karanian too. We didn't get.
Oh, Mike, you want to read it?
Yeah, I can read it if it shows up on my screen.
Yeah, I'll be there in a minute. There you go.
All right. I make a motion to approve the Water Lantern Festival at Mill Pond Park and with details to be negotiated by the superintendent, and to approve the department to apply for a state liquor permit and sell refreshments at the event.
Seconded.
Okay.
So that was that Matthew? Was that Matthew or Anthony?
That was Anthony.
Anthony, Ashley.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Here's a good one, Billy.
What is it?
West Hartford Youth Baseball League.
Oh, okay. We added that to the agenda when you were,
right,
I think, off. So what we have here is an adult that has a child that left the Newington Little League and went to West Hartford and wants to have a sign in the center green. Our clerical staff said you can't because it doesn't fit the policy that was made in 2015, I believe, or 16, that says you must be a nonprofit organization of Newington and you can't conflict with other things that are going on in the town of Newington. So I wanted to bring it to your attention to make sure that you agree with our recommendation or our understanding of the policy that we've been going by for years.
I'd like to jump in a little bit on this, Bill, because this league is a direct conflict with Newington Little League. It's the same age groups, and I don't think we should be advertising for kids in Newington to go play in West Hartford when we have a league here that does exactly the same.
Yep, I agree.
I'd like to make a motion that we deny the request by the, it's coming up here. By the West Hartford Youth Baseball League to have a sign in the center green.
I'll second it.
Yes. Okay.
All in favor of the denial?
Aye.
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 Opposed? Okay, Bill. You
Okay,
can
thank
tell
you.
them.
Thank you.
Hey, Bill, I have a
Yes.
suggestion. For June 11th, since you're going to be set up for the 10th and the 12th, why don't we have food truck Friday night?
Food truck Friday night. Okay, I like it.
Yeah.
Call it Fat Friday.
Fat Friday, there you go. More money. We're all set up.
All
Maybe
right.
some of them want to come early and stick around for Motorcycle Madness too.
Maybe we have a package deal, either 1 day or 3 days. Yeah.
That'd be awesome.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
Good idea.
Now you're talking, Billy DeMazio.
I'm surprised you missed that.
I like it. Okay. Well, you know what then? Maybe we should add to the agenda, give us permission to apply for a state liquor permit for that too, then, if you want me to move forward on it.
I don't know. It just seems like a smart thing because we're already set up.
Yeah.
Well, give us the ability to do it, and I'll knock it around with the staff. I think that's a good idea.
Can we do that in new business?
Yeah.
I'll make a motion that we give the Park and Rec Department the authority to pull a liquor permit for June 11th, 2021.
I'll second it. All in favor?
Wait
Aye.
1 second. Why don't we just, if we want to do the proper protocols, why don't we make a motion to add it to the agenda under new business first?
Oh,
Have someone do that, and then we'll do Billy's thing.
okay.
Okay, what would that be?
Do I need to resend that?
No,
What would that be? K?
Make a motion to add June 11th to the agenda
What are you
for
up
further
to?
discussion.
Second it.
What are you up to?
I think it was 220.
Hey, that would be K, I guess.
Thank you.
Yeah, K.
Okay. I guess I'd have to say okay.
Okay. Well, you're in a rare form tonight. Wow. See how the girls are doing.
All right. So we good there? Did we vote on it?
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Go get your liquor permit.
Okay. I wanted to add one more thing, Mr. Chairman, to give
Yes.
Eileen Francolino some credit and the 150th anniversary committee credit. She put up this beautiful candle lit thing at the waterfall today in honor of the COVID people that have passed on. And my wife just stuck her head down the cellar here and said that over 225 people have liked it on Facebook already, of a few pictures
Really?
that
Nice.
my wife put on there. It looks beautiful, and I'm just so happy and proud of Eileen and what the committee's doing. So congratulations.
Nice going, Arlene.
Thank you.
Good
If you
job,
get a
Eileen.
chance to go out tonight and take a ride by, it's very pretty. The candles are all battery operated, and if they sit out in cold overnight, I don't know what they're going to be doing tomorrow. So it's very pretty though.
Yeah, it's beautiful. So good. All right.
Okay, what's next?
Is it just reports now?
Yep.
Yeah.
Could someone tell me what the first one is?
Is it Town Hall Community Center?
Oh, I'm going to give that to Don Woods.
Okay, Don.
Yeah. Oops, sorry, guys. So everyone pretty much knows that the project is just about winding up right now. They're gonna maybe have another 2 or 3 weeks work before winter sets in, and that's mostly grading and getting the parking lot ready for the winter. They're not gonna be, excuse me. They're not gonna be paving this year. They're gonna run out of time. The total budget so far is $30,473,762.80. The current budget in place is $28,818,358. We've run into some pretty substantial hidden surprises, mostly to do with pollution. When they took down the last of the building, they came into another big patch of polluted soil. Let me tell you what that number is going to be. That's not paid yet, but it's going to be $87,979, and that's just a ballpark guess. But outside of that, the project really came out well. The police station still has some work to do. The parking lot, final landscaping and seating, and I think that's pretty much it. This project occurs from the beginning, to tell you the truth, with hidden costs and surprises. If it wasn't for that, we'd have been 100% done and 100% probably under budget, to tell you the truth. But I think we're going to be over budget unless a miracle takes place.
And just to add to that, Mr. Chairman, we have today, the company put in the partition doors in the preschool room, which came out beautiful. We have Tim Bodine is doing the electricity in the concession stand, so the popcorn machine and the hot dog machines and everything else are being connected. We have still 3 little handles we're waiting from Canada, 3 handles to be made that are handicap accessible handles for the 3 doors in the big partition door that is in the gymnasium. The wrestling mats and cheerleading mats all got delivered and are hanging up in the 42-foot storage room, 28 feet in the air. And the last thing we're waiting for is the company to come and install the batting cage for us. So we're in pretty good shape. We're decorating now and we're putting in the final touches, but it is one beautiful community center, I can tell you that.
Yeah.
I think today too, I don't know if they did it or not, but they were supposed to move the generator today. You know if that happened?
Yes, it did.
My generator? Okay.
Yep. And I'm just so you know, I have nothing to bring to you in writing yet, but I'm negotiating with Eddie Quick and Mark Tancredi to have a few major basketball tournaments for a weekend, like Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. And I'm negotiating with Nutmeg State Games to have a week in Christmas and a week at Memorial Day time. But we're talking substantial revenue. Our staff is working diligently to put together a pickleball tournament indoors at the community center, as well as a badminton tournament. And I'm trying to put together a business deal. So when I get the heck out of here, the department will be financially in great shape and will be able to sustain anything that any bad stuff that ever happens to it. It should be able to sustain itself in fine fashion. So we're putting a business plan together that will be pretty impressive. And I can tell you that people are wanting to come here. We're even thinking about a college tournament, and we're talking with big sponsors right now. Some of the likes of ESPN. I've got a call out to Kimball Walker. So we're doing some big crazy things right now, and we're using everybody's contacts to make something happen.
Good job, Bill. Okay, I guess next is the Mill Pond Pool Park update.
Yeah, Jay and Don are both on this committee. And we just to date, all I know right now is the architect TLB. We hired 3 companies, a surveying company and a geotech company and then TLB to replace the location of it and put it on a map and give us a 3D picture. So they're putting all those figures and facts together. But the good news is, on the Garfield Street location, there's no immediate problems or underground issues, water table issues, or ledge. So we're very pleased about that. So once I get that report, I will share it with the commission and everybody else, and I'm sure the building committee will have another meeting once we get the information. Oh, Carol Annis is on it also. And I'm not sure if anyone else, am I missing anyone else? I don't think so.
I guess what you're saying is the Garfield Street boring come out pretty good. And so
Yes.
actually the D design looks like it's gonna fly.
I didn't hear exactly what you said. The D design?
The
what?
D design, that's the Garfield.
Oh, yes.
design.
Yeah.
Remember there was some controversy about A and D,
Yes.
and we were waiting for the borings.
Yep. And he's going to take that information and plot it exactly on a map. So everyone will know
Yeah.
exactly where the corners are and where the pool will be and that kind of stuff. But yeah, he's going to use that information. For instance, when I was in my other job, he took the information, and because there was ledge on one end of the park and not the other, he flipped the shallow end of the pool to where the ledge was and put the deep end where it wasn't. So that's kind of what he's working on right now.
It also looks like the ball field's gonna go, right?
Yeah, I think that's the case.
Yeah.
And I don't see that as a problem. And I don't think anybody really has a problem with that.
Okay. Any other questions on that one from the committee? Well, if not, let's go to the AARP Fitness Center and new playground update.
Yeah, everything's coming together over there. We just signed an agreement with O'Brien and Sons. They're going to put in a shade structure that we originally had planned for the playground, along with two more chess and checker tables and 2 park benches. So the shade structure at the playground will match the shade structure at the fitness area. And it also will serve as it'll get 2 bites of the apple. It'll also serve as deflecting any foul balls that come from Legends Field. So I feel good about it. And that work will start in March, weather permitting.
Well, as far as that backstop, are we gonna run an angle off the back of that backstop over the home plate area to try and stop the foul balls from going back there?
I looked at that, Jay, and it became kind of cumbersome to do that. So the shade structure, we're going to try the shade structure first. It goes up 39 feet in the air. So I think that might help us, and we'll reevaluate. If it doesn't work, then we'll go to the other idea. But I think this will be okay. And our town engineer is confident that it's going to work.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was the only question I had.
Yeah, no, I know. That's why we did it, is because you and Billy de Blasio brought that to our attention. And it's a good point to bring up, of course.
Any other questions on that fitness center?
Oh, and I don't know if we I think you guys saw that, but they gave us another like $14,000 to have free exercise classes every spring, summer, and fall for the next 3 years.
Was a trainer coming in for that?
Is what?
A trainer.
Yeah, we're going to hire some. Yeah, we're going to hire. They have to have certain certifications by AARP. So we're actually advertising at CCSU right now in their fitness program to see if we can hire some instructors.
Okay. Any more questions? Okay, let's go on to the tree lighting.
Just wanted to report to you that we had a very successful tree lighting ceremony, even though we couldn't bring thousands of people downtown. I tip my hat to Joe Harvey, Hadil Majdow, Karen Galicio, Clay Pedigo, all our staff, Kelly and Lisa, Sam, our elf. We just knocked it out of the park. We used this high technology, and our young people did face Facebook Live and they split the screen. So Santa Claus arrived in the Mortenson Community Center, and we did the whole ceremony with Mayor Beth and Jay, and we turned on the lights with a little preschooler from our preschool program, a 4-year-old with their parents and his sister. And then you saw on Facebook, we had Clay taking with the camera downtown, and you could see the Christmas tree and the downtown lights go on when they turned it on at the Mortenson Community Center. So I was totally impressed by the staff and by the results in the response from the people. We were very, very pleased about that.
You had over 3,000 viewers for that, didn't you?
Yeah, it was amazing. It's absolutely incredible. And then we also did the Santa house decorating contest. We and the children's do a kindness counts for kids, and we went around for 3 nights, from like 4 o'clock to 9:30 at night, and we brought Santa Claus on our hay wagon that was totally decorated by the park staff, and we had police escorts. It was just fabulous. Couldn't have thought of anything nicer and more heartwarming. And it was on Facebook Live, and again, we were doing crazy stuff, and Santa Claus jumped off the hay wagon and went on the front lawn, socially distanced, took pictures with the kids and the parents, and I just heard nothing but really positive things.
Good job.
Yeah, the whole staff did a great job. Great job.
Okay, you want to go on to the budget update?
Yeah, budget has been submitted. We're, with COVID-19, there's a whole bunch of concerns, but we're all trying to think outside the box. We're trying to do things differently. We're cooperating with each other. Just to let you know, the Parks and Recreation Department paid for staff to help social services deliver toys and food, help the senior center deliver food. So with Keith's leadership, we're trying to be as cooperative and helpful as we possibly can in these very difficult times.
Okay, next is the building a strong community awards update.
Yep, just want to let you know that we did it on Zoom, and obviously it was a lot different, but I think still fairly successful. People seem to like it, enjoy it. They got as much publicity as we possibly could give them, and we're still waiting for pictures that they're supposed to take of themselves holding the plaques that were delivered by mail or by hand. Hint, Don Woods. Anyways, but yeah, everything went really well, and thank you for you guys for voting them in.
Any other questions on that? Let's go to preschool folding petition doors.
Yep, I just mentioned that to you earlier, and everything's going well there. We've got some decorations to do, and we've got these I think they're called fatheads or fatheads. I'm not sure if that's what it is. But anyways, they're like Muppets and Sesame Street characters and all that, but they stick on the walls and they don't wreck the paint or anything. And so we're starting to decorate the inside of the room and a little bit outside that hallway. We've got a snack machine was installed, a Pepsi machine was installed in the community center, and an ATM machine was installed. So we're getting there. We're getting there.
Was that covered the concession stand now? What you just talked about?
Yeah, we're in good shape there. We're just waiting for a window. We need a bigger cutout in one of the windows. A guy made a mistake. So it's like a bank teller opening. So I tried to show him that I couldn't get a popcorn box or a coffee cup through it. And we were almost laughing about it, that it just, sometimes you forget common sense, right?
Yeah. Administrative secretary vacancy.
Yeah, Lisa DeLude left our office after about, I think, around 4 years or 5 years of service. We thank her for everything she's done. She left in 2 days due to the social services. It was Christmas time, and I wanted to be a team player. And we cooperated by making the transfer quickly for that. So we thank Lisa DeLude for everything that she's done for our department and her dedication.
The
She
next
goes
thing
somewhere
is
else?
She went to social services.
social service.
Oh, social service. Okay.
The next thing is the groundkeeper one replacement.
Yeah, we just so everyone is kept in the loop. One of our employees that left a year and a half ago to go to highway requested a transfer to come back to our department. So we're very pleased about that. He's a very talented young man. And we were able to fill today. We started a man named Sean Werner. He lives in Berlin, and he's seems to be a great person. Young man, 28 years old. He's got every certification I think known to mankind as far as running equipment. He's done everything as much as cranes. And I found out today he was in my office, and he told me that he was working for Gerber, and he worked on the building at the community, knocking down the community center and getting rid of all that stuff with the big equipment. So he has some knowledge about the facility already. So it's kind of fun.
Are you up to par on your staffing now, or?
We are now with filling these two positions. Yes.
All right.
Yep.
I guess that's it, right?
I think that is.
Any public participation?
We have 2 attendees on at this time. If they have any interest in speaking, they can use the raised hand feature in the Zoom application or by pressing *9 on their telephone. I'll give them just a moment.
8:15 p.m. and 45 seconds.
Does not appear we have anybody who's interested in speaking at this time, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, thank you.
I have a question for Bill. Bill, I'm curious about what's going on with the men's football league. It seems like we have yet another team in town. Couple questions. They're not Newington residents, I'm assuming, so I don't understand why they're playing, first of all. And second of all, what does that do to our turf field to have these big grown men beating the crap out of it?
Okay, so when COVID-19 hit, a lot of the youth programs weren't around and the facility was empty. And so I saw it as an opportunity to make money for the department. So I think, I don't know exactly, but I think we charge them about $600 or $700 for rental and a couple $100 for lights, blah, blah, blah. So there's a team in Meriden that has an interest, team in Hartford, and a team in Newington. Anyway, so if the facility is available, we rent it to almost anybody as long as they abide by the rules and regulations. You're saying that does it wreck the field? It's more play? Yes. I'm not positive it wrecks it any more than anybody else from lacrosse or soccer or football, whatever. Of course, it's more pounding than a child, like a 50-pound kid versus a 200-pound kid or person. But yeah, I mean, I doubt there's going to be much facility available once COVID goes away because that place is used so much by youth, and by the commission's policy, it's always high school sports first, then it goes local youth, then it goes local adult, and then it goes out of town. So they would be the last group of people to be able to use any of our facilities by priority. So if that answers your question.
To Mrs. Francolino's point, she's absolutely right. That field, when it was designed, and I was on the committee, there were different turfs. It was never designed for grown-ups. It was high school maximum. But what I'm going to ask you, Bill, is how's it working out? I mean, the field itself. Does it look like it's wear and tear or what?
It's wearing, but not bad. I would say that what we did is every time they come, if they discover some rips, we've paid a little extra money and they sew it back together, or they melt in more new lines. We've been trying to stretch out its life expectancy. So
How
I'd
many
say
years are
we're
we into that now? About 6,
10.
7,
I think 10.
10 years already?
Yeah.
I think the replacement was what, 10 to 12?
It was 10.
And what was the last time you did the rubber?
Last year.
Okay.
Yeah. We try to do it twice a year now.
Yeah, okay.
Yep. And it's probably going to cost like 500 to 600,000 to replace it. So I think we have about $150,000 in the pot. If we put another 50 in, it'll be 200,000. So we're trying to make, every time I put in money for that, it gets cut, every year. So one time it got cut down to 13,000. So you can't make up much money doing that.
Well, let me ask you this question. On the replacement, does that whole field have to be done, or they just do certain parts?
When
Or
it comes
don't
time,
you know?
yeah, I do know. When it comes to time to replace it, you vacuum up all the sand and rubber,
Yeah.
and that's an expense because it's considered some type level of toxicity. And then you roll up the carpet as in cuts and roll. They cut it in pieces and then roll it, and they take it out of there. So you replace the whole top.
The whole thing,
feature.
yeah, okay,
They keep the drainage and the 2-foot subsurface intact.
okay.
Hey, Bill, just
Yes.
something I saw on Craigslist is people are selling those rolls of sod for usage afterwards, after the sort of a recycling event. They're
To use it.
like 20-foot wide strips, or
Yeah. Yep.
or 10 yards, however, I don't know if they're 5 or 10 yard increments, and they're rolled up, and people are buying them. They don't last at all.
Where do they put them? Indoors, you mean, at indoor facilities?
Yeah, if somebody or if they want it in their backyard, they're building a batting cage or something. There's a lot of different usage.
Oh, that's a good idea, Bill.
Yeah, we'll get Billy de Blasio selling our.
There you go. You can open up a stand, Bill.
Maybe they'll recycle our whole field on site by the time we need to refurbish it.
Yeah.
There you go.
Any other comments by anybody?
Does everyone know we redid Volunteer Field, so that got finished? That came out pretty darn nice.
Yeah.
My next game plan is to go after the 2 softball fields at the high school. They're in desperate need of help. So hopefully we can, at least in the spring, I'm working with Championship Turf to try to have our staff, the bottom 4 guys in our maintenance crew, to work alongside them, which would be unheard of. But I have a relationship with this guy, and they would teach our guys some of the right techniques and some tricks of the trade. So working on that negotiation right now. And we're planning on doing Badger Field also with new irrigation and a new infield, and replacing it with the Duraflex, Dura Edge material, which has been really working out really well for the other 3 fields at Clem Lemire.
You get a chance to talk to Mr. Traumer about the batting cage nets at all?
I did this afternoon, and yeah, there's mixed opinions about how the snow can wreck it, but with the COVID-19 thing, as you probably read in the newspaper, we put our nets, basketball nets, our tennis nets, our pickleball nets, everything's being put back up so people can go outside and try to fight the depression and their cooped upness. So one batting cage was left up so that kids can still use it. And we have had, knock on wood, because I can't take the snow, but our winters have been great. So we're able to still keep some kids playing, batting cage with their parents, their fathers, their coaches, whatever.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, if there's no more, I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
Make a motion, we adjourn.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
We're out of here. I apologize for being late tonight, but Computers are
Nope.
computers.
Stay safe, everybody.
Good night.
Take care.
Right.
Thanks,
Good night,
everybody.
everyone.
Hey, Bill,
Oh, congratulations, Don Woods.
Bill,
Yes.
who's the person that died that's sort of like related to Karen?